With the anticipation of this year's Summer Olympics being right around the corner and the growing success of basketball, specifically the impact that women's basketball has had this year, has young athletes feeling both inspired and excited within the sport. Jordan Mindstead, a player development intern at the Arkansas Athletes Outreach, grew up hooping, but as a young athlete, she did not see a high level of women's sports coverage like there is today.
When I was growing up, that wasn't super popular in my age, and now I've got little girls all trained. They know exactly who I'm talking about when I talk about Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or the WNBA, which is something that I never followed as a kid because it wasn't as popular.
With all of the hype that is surrounding women's basketball, this year's Summer Olympics will be empowering for young girls who aspire to make it at that professional level.
Seeing those players and how much they've done, where they came from originally, not knowing who they were, to now they're Olympic athletes playing basketball and playing for the WNBA when we were just a year ago watching them play in college. And so I think it'll instill a lot of confidence saying, oh, she just did this in the matter of a year. What can I do in the matter of a year, and how good can I become?
This positive exposure for women's basketball has ignited a fire within young female athletes to strive for greatness like never before.
Just seeing the amount of players and amount of women that look up to these players, it brings a lot of excitement not only to me but to the young girls. We just had a girls camp recently that they were just all bought in.
Jordan takes pride in being someone that young athletes can look up to.
Now that I'm on the other side of things, looking back at it, it's more of like I want to instill confidence into those young girls and boys at the same time. It's because that wasn't fully instilled into me, and that would have made me such a better athlete. And I feel like confidence is very key when it comes to your athletics.
The AAO program is dedicated to providing young athletes with an active space to dream big and one day shoot for gold, just like the athletes that they look up to today. Representing Team USA at the Olympics is something that many young athletes dream of. And for 13-year-old triathlete Maddie Anderson, she is well on her way.
I started doing it, and then I just kept doing it because I loved it.
Anderson has been a part of Team E Multisport in Bentonville for the last 7 years.
She started when she was 6, and she's just grown up through the program, and you can see her success now.
Go Team E! During her time with Team E, she has competed in various super sprint triathlons around the nation. Most recently, Anderson raced in the USA Triathlon Legal Drift Nationals in Iowa. The race consisted of a 300-meter open water swim, followed by a 6-mile bike ride, and ending with a 1.5-mile run.
The beginning, I was a little nervous, but then throughout the thing, I was like, I got this, I'm doing great.
Despite being one of the youngest in her age division, Anderson placed 30th amongst 70 other triathletes.
For her to place 30th at Nationals in her first year racing at that level, being only 13 is pretty remarkable. Every year she's gotten more aggressive and more into it and more dedicated, and I love seeing that.
Anderson hopes to one day compete alongside some of her favorite Olympians. But as for right now, her and her teammates will begin training for next season this fall. In Bentonville, Ashton Henderson, 4029 Sports. Here at Sunshine Academy of Dance, they are focused on building strong dancers in both the dance industry and the real world. And well, at the heart of it all is a foundation of faith that guides their training and their mission. For the dancers at Sunshine Academy, dance has become way more than just a sport. It has become a way for them to express their faith and their personal growth through something that they are passionate about.
Sunshine just has a really positive environment, and we don't just learn about dance, but we learn about God and about our life and how to live, and it's like a little family.
That sense of belonging and mentorship through this program is what brings families in and keeps them coming back for more. One mother even shared just how much it means to her that Sunshine is helping shape her daughter's futures as both dancers and young women.
So thankful for Sunshine. Like I said, they've been in our lives for 14 years. I'm a senior, and I'm going to miss her getting to do this, so I'm going to have to stop now.
The Sunshine coaches attest to how impactful this studio has been on their lives. Through their own full circle moments at Sunshine Academy, many of them started off as students themselves and now have returned back to the studio to pour into this next generation of young dancers and to help shape the future in the same way that Sunshine did for them.
Our dancers do a really good job of putting on a performance on stage, but then also when they get off stage, they're really good at coming off and being proud of themselves, being proud of the other dancers, encouraging other dancers.
Putting faith at the core of their training, Sunshine Academy of Dance strives to inspire young dancers to be strong and impactful, while also still carrying the values that are instilled into them at the studio into the world beyond the dance industry.
They need to feel confident in being themselves, and so giving them a specific role to play in the world instead of just in our tiny little dance studio is a really unique opportunity, and I hope that the girls know that that's what this is all about.
For Miss Conway's teen, cheerleading is more than just a sport. It's a way for every child to feel seen and celebrated.
I'm advocating for children of all disabilities to try and get children with disabilities in extracurricular activities to have a place where they feel at home.
Cambry started the Team Unstoppable at Cheertime Revolution when a young girl came to her with a dream to one day take the mat just like her sister, who was an athlete at the gym.
I just saw how much fun she has and the way she was flipping around, and I was like, wow, I want to do that.
Today, the team has grown to nearly 20 athletes from across Central Arkansas, practicing every other week and perfecting routines that they'll showcase at cheerleading competitions throughout the season.
The coaches are wonderful. They're so patient with the kids, no matter, what kind of day they're having or what their disability is or what their struggle is. They're just always right there with them, and so it's been really great.
I can feel like everyone else, and that she makes me feel confident.
For these athletes, it goes way beyond the sport of cheerleading. It's also about finding a sense of belonging.
We've made sure that each kid has their moment to be able to shine so that when pictures come out after competition, their parents have really good pictures.
While Cambry plans to head to college this fall to continue on with her own cheerleading career, her dedication to this team doesn't stop here. Her initiative proves that one person can leave a lasting impact. And as this program continues to grow, these athletes are showing that they are truly unstoppable. Ashton Henderson reporting for News 6.